Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and to an evening routine video. Today I'm going to show you everything that we do on a typical evening at home, including playing, bath time routine, homework, cleaning, tidying, skincare routine as well, and just all the jobs that I do to get ready for the next day. So I hope you really enjoy this video, and a huge thank you to Skin and Me for sponsoring this one. More on them in a bit, but there'll also be a discount code linked in the description down below. So with all that said, let's get started. And my evening routine today actually started early this morning. You can see I've got no makeup on or my hair done or anything, but because we're renovating at the moment, I have been using my slow cooker almost every day. If I don't use my slow cooker, I use my air fryer. So it's great in a way because it keeps me really organized, because I just put the dinner on in the morning. So today I'm going to make a spaghetti bolognese. Everyone in this house will eat spaghetti bolognese, and it's just a really nice family favorite that you can do in the slow cooker. So first off, I'm just chopping some onions with my fancy little hand chopper that I got on Amazon. Then I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil into the slow cooker and put it on the pan setting. So I'm going to just soften the onions and the garlic together before then adding in my beef, and then I'm just going to break it up until it's nice and brown. I'll link this recipe down below for you guys. What I should have done was like doubled the batch so that we could have more of it. This will feed us for 2 nights, which is really handy. Then I've added in some beef broth. I'm adding in some chopped tomatoes, or you can add crushed tomatoes. I'm adding in a little bit of thyme, a little bit of oregano. I'm also going to put some bay leaves in as well, some salt, some pepper, some tomato puree, and then I think, oh yes, some beef stock cubes, which I've tried to like crush, you know, that little hack where you crush it when it's closed, and put it in. And then also some Worcestershire Shire sauce, you know, my favorite word. Gonna put all of that in, mix it around, and then it's going to slow cook today on low, and then all I have to do tonight is make the actual spaghetti. And then fast forward to tonight, dinner is all ready. The house smells amazing, and the boys do really like spaghetti bolognese, so I serve it with Parmesan cheese and some garlic bread normally if I have it, maybe some salad as well. But while I was pulling it all together, the boys were outside doing this. It was such a beautiful day. Caleb was on the trampoline, Fraser playing football, but Jackson was actually inside feeling sorry for himself. He hurt his hand today. It's not that bad, but I did put a big old bandage around it for him. Then after dinner, I'm just going to package up the leftovers so we can actually have this tomorrow night, or I could freeze it as well, save it for another day. And then after we ate, what I should have done was tidy up the kitchen, but instead I was like, I'm just going to go outside and enjoy the weather with the kids and the dog. Made myself a cup of tea, took in the view, watched them play football. Matt was playing with them, and this is how the building work is coming on so far. And then at about 6 or 6:30 every night, depending on clubs, I'll bring the boys upstairs for baths and showers. Jackson still loves the bath. He's 5 years old, so I'll put some bubble bath in, and he'll often just chill out in there on his own or with his brothers. But sometimes the older boys will opt to have showers, so it just depends. But because they are older and they don't need me right there with them, I'll often do my skincare routine while they're washing. So sometimes I'll do it right next to Jack's, but it's really nice to just have one less thing to do. Also give my skin some more time to breathe as well. So I'm just going to wash my face with some special cleansing gel and then wipe it off with a face cloth. And you can see all of the makeup that comes off of my face. So now what I do is I always double cleanse. So once my makeup's off, I'll then wash my face again, either with face wash, or tonight I'm actually exfoliating, or sometimes I'll do a face mask instead. It just depends, but I'll exfoliate like every 3 days, give my skin a really good scrub. And then something else that has completely transformed my nightly skincare routine is Skin and Me. This is my skin after about 3 or 4 months using Skin and Me. I just think it looks so shiny. There's nothing on my skin here. This is very zoomed in as well, so I feel a bit like eek, but my pores have got smaller, my skin has felt smoother. Even when I put makeup on, it just feels so much better. So if you haven't heard heard of Skin and Me, they make powerful, personalized skincare that contains active ingredients that you just can't get over the counter yourself. And it's just one simple step that you add to your nightly routine that can make a massive difference. So the way that it works is you go online to their website, you fill out a very simple online consultation about your skin, about your skin goals, and then you also add 3 makeup-free photos for them to look at. And then a qualified member of the dermatology team will look at all of your information. You can add any details, like if you suffer from rosacea or sunspots or pigmentation or anything at all. You can put all of that in there, and I actually put that my skin goal was to help me combat fine lines and wrinkles and to help it be a bit more radiant. So I put all of that information in, and then one of their experts will look at it and come up with the perfect treatment plan for me. Then the product arrives at your door. It looks like this, so it's very small and even fits through the letterbox, and it's completely personalized. It has your name on it and it's tailored for your skin. So it has the formulation in it that has been designed by the experts, and this is called the Daily Doser, and that is because it shows you the exact amount of dosage that you need to use each evening, which I love because it's so easy to use. You just twist the product up until it clicks, and then you only use that amount, which is actually really great because when you're using active ingredients, you do sometimes have to be careful. So it's basically you're getting affordable access to an expert. They can look at your skin, but it's all virtual. You don't have to wait to see a dermatologist. You don't also have to have the price tag attached to that either, and it's just great. And for the first couple of weeks, I did feel like my skin was a little bit red, peeling a tiny bit as well, but I kind of like got through that, and now I'm really seeing the benefits. And I've noticed on my treatment plan, which they email to you, that the dosage of a few of the ingredients will be going up in the coming months. So they do like kind of bring it on, and they also do regular check-ins as well. So anyway, if you guys want to test it out for yourself, Skin and Me are offering my viewers a huge discount for the first month. They're saying that you guys can test it out for just £3.50 for your first month. That literally just covers their pharmacy fee. Normally Skin and Me is £24.99 per month. You guys can test it out for yourself, see what your skin thinks, see if you like it. If it's not for you, you can cancel it, no problem. But if you do like it as much as me, obviously you can carry it on. But yeah, I'll put the link in the description, and I'll put the code on screen here as well. After bath time, we set up something on the projector that's in Fraser's room. We'll literally just watch like a show or a small amount of a movie with the boys. Jackson wanted an apple tonight as well, and then we'll get on with Jackson's reading. The older boys are great at reading with him, so while they are, I'm going to take the opportunity to lay out all of the clothes that we need for school tomorrow, all of the uniform. I do this every night. I find it saves so much time. I even lay out the leggings and top I'm going to wear tomorrow, nothing special. And then I'll put Jackson to bed, and while I put Jackson to bed, normally Matt will put Caleb to bed, or we'll swap it round. He's currently reading this book called Lucky Star, and then while we're putting them to bed, Fraser will get on with his homework. So tonight he's actually practicing for his SATs, which by the time you see this video, he will have done all of his exams for year 6, but he does have like English and math exams coming up. So he's just practicing that, but if not, he'll read or do like the maths homework that he has to do. And then I'm going to quickly tidy the kitchen. As I said, sometimes we'll do this straight after dinner, but tonight I just wanted to enjoy being outside. So now I'm going to tackle the kitchen. Of course, this is still our temporary kitchen. Our new kitchen is it is being made at the moment, and it's going in June, so not that long to wait, so can't wait. But anyway, I'm just filling up the dishwasher, gonna wipe down all of the sides and just wash the dishes, wash the slow cooker, because I'm sure that I'm gonna need that tomorrow again. And then I'm also gonna lay out everything that I need for snacks and lunches tomorrow.
Standing underneath the lights, look into each other's eyes. Tired snowflakes are coming down, collapse into water when they hit the ground. I hear the sound of empty streets, day has gone to sleep, so all that's left is you and me. I can promise you're the only thing I see.
Okay, so I quickly just vacuumed up our tiny kitchen area. One benefit is it's very quick to clean this room. Then I'm gonna lay out all of the things I need for tomorrow for snacks, pack lunches and drinks as well. The boys are still loving their Air Up bottles, and I tend to do a new pod just once a week. So I'm doing a new pod tomorrow because it's gonna be Monday. So we're having like a lemon one tomorrow. And yeah, I probably should just make the snacks and lunches at night, but I actually do it in the morning fresh. I'm up early enough and it's kind of like my little routine. Then I'm just gonna clean the living area, wipe down the dining table and vacuum in here as well. Obviously this is the room downstairs that we're living in, so it can get really built up just with toys and stuff and dirt. Like the dog lives in here as well, so I'm just gonna give it a quick vacuum, and then I'm also going to put on a load of laundry. There was a load of whites ready to go, so it takes about an hour, so I figure if I put it on now then I can tumble dry it overnight. Sometimes when I film these, I'm like, wow, like we actually do a lot as mums every day. So anyway, I'm going to put that laundry on. And finally, I'm going to chill out with Matt and Fraser and Kiki on the couch. We're catching up on Britain's Got Talent. Love watching that together. And then Fraser goes to bed at about 9 p.m, whereas the two younger ones go to bed at about 7:30 or 8ish. And they're always exhausted, so I'm going to keep it at that time. And then, yeah, later on, I'm going to brush my teeth, water floss, all of that stuff. But anyway, so I've just sat down on the couch and I'm now going to try and edit a little bit of this video. It's about 9:45 now. So everything was like a little bit late tonight. Kiki is over here. I've just given her a little chew to chew on because she keeps wanting to go outside and bark. There are foxes in the fields and stuff, and I think she can sense them. So to prevent her from doing that and annoying our neighbors, I've given her a chew. Yeah, but anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.